Good morning to all of you. Once again, we are back with our class of physical education. We have started with the topic limbering down. What are limbering down? Limbering down for cooling down or warming down. Before the competition, what we are doing that is known as warming up. After the competition, after the practice session, what we are doing that is known as cooling down. In cooling down, okay, same way doing different types of exercises, different types of stretching and all that to relax the muscles. There were some benefits of warming up also. Similarly, there are some benefits of limbering down also. Yesterday we have done with two or three points that uh, what to say that okay, it reduces tension. Uh, Again, the body temperature becomes normal and all that. Now, a few more points are there, like it avoids fainting or dizziness in an athlete when you are playing. When you are playing, supply of oxygen and blood is less compared to the normal tendency. Once the competition is over, once you start relaxing or once you start doing limbering down, what happens? Your what cycle becomes normal. Now the blood supply is normal. What was compared during the competition time. So these were the points. It reduces tension, it reduces dizziness. Then comes supply of blood and oxygen becomes normal, body temperature becomes normal, heart rate becomes normal. These are some of the points that come under the topic of importance of limbering down. What are the points? It reduces tension, decreases the chances of dizziness or fainting. Blood vessels of the lower limbs expand to increase amount of blood flow during a vigorous activity. If the activity is stopped, heart rate slows down while the excess blood piles up in those regions. This this can cause fainting or dizziness. So, but if we are doing exercise after that is if we are doing cooling down or we are doing warming down, what happens? It makes that it removes the dizziness. Chances of dizziness becomes less. Then supply of oxygen. Unlike in the normal restive state, oxygen supply is scarce during the intense physical activity. Okay, understood? When we are doing any physical activity, our oxygen supply is less compared to the normal state. But after the competition, when we do when we have started doing our limbering down, it becomes normal. Second point, muscles do not become stiff. Generally, you might have heard that when we are doing competition, if without warming up, what happens? Our muscle खिंचती हैं, or in simple terms, our muscles खिंचती हैं. We feel stiffness in the muscles. But when we have started doing our warming down or limbering down, our muscle does not remain stiff anymore. After that comes heart rate becomes normal. Heart rate becomes normal. You also know that okay, doing simply for best example, you start running simply for 5 to 10 minutes, or what happens? Your heart rate, general general heart rate of a generally the heart rate of a human being is 72 heartbeats per minute. But when you start running at a medium pace or at a fast rate, it can go to 140 to 200 per beat. But after, when you started cooling down, when you started warming down, what happens? It comes to the normal state. It comes to the normal state. So limbering down helps in bringing the heart rate to the normal number. Now next topic is known as skill. What is skill? Next topic is skill. What is skill? Regarding physical education and sports, we will say ability to obtain a result. Ability to obtain a result with the acquired ability inside you. With the acquired ability inside you. The best example is, for example, if we are going for football, Messi is God gifted regarding free kick. Messi is God gifted regarding free kick. He is having okay, the kick will go curve, it will be a curve kick, or the goalkeeper not able to understand where the kick will go. So that is the ability of Messi. Similarly, a batsman, if he is able to play full shot very efficiently, if he is able to play full shot very efficiently, that means it is the acquired ability of that individual. He has gained this ability after a lot of practice and hard work, but it is an acquired ability inside him. like Usain Bolt, the best 100 meters sprinter till now. The world record also is again in his name only. So he is having an ability to accelerate at that particular pace and win the 100 meter. So these are the examples for that they are having such they are having such qualities in them, not types of skill. There are few types of skill: open, closed. Generally, there are 8 to 10, but we will be doing only 5 to 6. So that in the exam, it becomes okay, write any 3 skills, write any 5 skills, so you are able to write. So what is the open skill? What is the open skill? Skills that are prone to change. Skills that are prone to change to the circumstances on an opponent, depending on an opponent, depending on the opponent. That is known as, that is known, depending the circumstances, that is known as open skill. For example, okay, you have made a strategy. I will do this type of drilling. I will do this type of. I will stop that particular play in football. But if that play is fast, now you can't run slow. You have to run fast according to that particular individual. So skills that are random and prone to change as per the circumstances are called open skill. Skills that are random and prone to changes as per the circumstances that are known as open skills. For example, football player is determined by the speed and position of other players. You are a center forward, but okay, you have to go where the ball comes, you have to be there at that moment. So depending on the circumstances, you are changing your skill, you are changing your ability. Now comes closed skill. Skills that are within the control of the players. Skills that are within the control of the players, not on the circumstances or on any other player. That is known as closed skills. For example, free kicks in football. uh, those who are taking free, those who are having good quality of taking free kick. He knows, okay, the line is made in front of the D and all that, but at which angle the ball should go, so that it will beat the best, it will beat the players also, as well as the goalkeeper also. So these are known as closed skills. Now comes simple skill. A simple skill does not require a lot of physical effort. A skill does not require a lot of physical effort and decision making. It can be learned with greater ease. It can be learned with greater ease. For example, there are different types of service in badminton. Flick service. Okay, you will hold the shuttle and just with the flick of the wrist, you will send the shuttlecock to the next court. So flick service in badminton. Now comes complex skills. What are complex skills? Unlike simple skills, complex skills need more intense physical workout or environment, coordination, decision making abilities, which comes with a lot of pressure and possibility of injuries. Best example is gymnastics, hand spring and all that. Okay, pole vault and hand spring in gymnastics. When you are doing gymnastics, okay, for example, when you are taking over the board, when you jump and take a somersault and land, chances of injury are less because, okay, what to say, that matrix is there, but it requires a lot of practice. It requires a lot of decision making. How you will land, where you will land, so that you will get maximum amount of number by the judges, maximum number of amount of marks by the judges. So complex skills need intense physical workout, coordination, decision making abilities, with lot of which will come with a lot of pressure, after that comes gross skills. Gross skills can be identified by the use of large muscle movements, such as jumping, jogging. Now the muscles of the legs are being used here more. When you are doing jumping, what will happen? Oh, the muscles of the legs are being used more compared to the hands. So large muscle movements are seen in the activity compared to the small muscles activity. So gross muscles is okay where the large muscle activities are being seen. where we are seeing, okay, large muscles are being used. That is gross. After that comes fine skill. A fine skill is complicated in movement. It uses small muscle groups and depend on both mental sharpness and physical activity. A fine skill is a it is complicated movement, and it uses small muscle groups and depend on both mental sharpness and physical activity. Now comes serial. It is a it is a skill in which series of discrete skills combine to form a complex movement. For example, you might have seen in swimming. One event is that diving. They simply don't dive, but they will take different types of diving. They will do before diving. They will perform different types of movement. Not simple. If you are diving simply, that means you are not able to get more marks. But if a little bit of complication, little bit of angle variation is there, so that you will get more marks. So serial skill. It is a skill in which series of discrete skills combine together to form a complex movement. For instance, diving routine or gymnastics. Continuous skill. What is continuous skill? A skill without a well-defined ending and without a well-defined ending and beginning. Without a well-defined ending and beginning is known as continuous skill. That is cycling, running, swimming. Without a well-defined ending, that is known as continuous skill. Now comes discrete. It is a short skill with a definite ending and beginning. That is known as discrete skill. For example, in shooting. Shooting or penalty flick in hockey. Just for a second, you are taking okay, you will play the ball in the hockey D, and you will take with the help of the flick, you will score a goal. So that is discrete skill. Shooting a gun, that is small, just for a 7 second, hardly 1 to 2 seconds. You are taking a aim and shooting the bullet. So small, it is a definite ending and where definite ending and beginning, it is known as discrete. Without definite ending and beginning, that is known as continuous. Now last one, individual skills. Skills performed in isolation are called individual skills. For example, jump, long jump, high jump, which are performed by an individual. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. These 10 types of skill, we are done with 10 types of skill. One, two more are there, but okay, these only 10 are enough for a course. For example, the question comes, write the different types of skill. If it is number comes, write 3 or 4 skills, right, according to it. It will be according to the word limit. If it is word limit is 60 words, then you have to go according to it. Okay, 3 to 4 skills, and write that what types of skill are those. Now after that comes most important topic, doping. What is doping? You might have heard in the paper also, this particular athlete was banned regarding doping. This is a last topic in this chapter. Training in sports is over. After that comes warming up. That were types of warming up, methods of warming up, importance of warming up. After that, physiological basis of warming up, that is also over. Now, last topic regarding in this chapter, that is doping. What is doping? You might have heard, and you might have also read in the newspaper that this particular athlete was banned for so many years for doping or for taking a prohibited substance that is not allowed by the IOC or WADA. What is WADA? World World Anti-Drug Association, which sees okay which athlete, which drugs are banned by that particular association and why they have taken it. They are different types of doping materials are there. For example, if you are a for example, if you are taking, in simple words, what is doping? Any use of unfair means or unfair outside substances to gain an advantage over the other fellow or other individual, that is known as doping. When you inject or when you take orally other other prohibited substance to gain an advantage which other does not have. Suppose there are beta blockers are there, diuretics are there. What are beta blockers? For there are different types of medicine. For example, in the game of weight training or boxing, your weight has to be limit in a particular. You should be in a particular category, 55 to 60. Now, what you will do? But you are going 60.5 or 61 kg. What you will do? You will try to reduce the weight before the competition. So you to reduce the weight, you will take a particular type of medicine or prohibited substances that will make you sweat, and that will make you urinate more and more, so that water comes out of your body, and 400 to 500 gram, what you are more, what you are more compare in that particular category, you will reduce your weight. Simply in shooting and archery, whenever you are taking a aim, before that, what happens to an individual? His anxiety level is too much. He is under stress. He is under tension. Whether I'll miss the shot or whether I'll take the shot, it will be on the mark or not. So he is having a lot of stress. He is having a lot of anxiety level is too much on that particular individual. So what they do, and what happens if the anxiety level is more? What happens? Their heartbeat goes up. Their heartbeat goes up, and that is very harmful for that particular game. If the heartbeat is going up and you are going to take an aim, chances of distraction is there. You will not be able to take the aim at that particular target. So you what you will do? You will try to reduce your heartbeat by taking a particular medicine, a particular prohibited substances. So these use of any external substance to gain use of any external substance to gain advantage over the fellow companions, that is known as doping. And how we take advantage? By the use of prohibited substances that are not allowed by the Indian Olympic Committee, IOA, Indian Olympic Association. These committees have already mentioned, okay, these types of drugs are not allowed, these types of medicines are not allowed for a particular player, for a particular game. For example, for shooters and all that, concentration is more important. So they what they try to do, this is an example. NBA also, those who are taking shooting and all that, those who are playing as a post of shooter, what they do, they try to drink coffee so that you will get more and more concentration. More and more concentration, you are able to take the aim perfectly. One or two cup of coffee is not a problem, but drinking 7 to 8, drinking 7 to 8 cups at a stretch together to improve the concentration at more level, that is considered as a part of doping. That is considered as a part of doping. So that we will be doing in our next class, doping, and what are the substances prohibited by the different associations during the competition, after the competitions. During the competition, like alcohol and all that is not allowed. After the competition, different substances not allowed. Or before the competition, you should not be able to take that substances. So we will be dealing in our next class what is doping and the use of prohibited and the different types of prohibited substances. Okay, dear children, we will meet in our next class. Till then, goodbye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.